Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to the Doom reboot. Let's continue. So, on the other side of this door are some demons that we're gonna fight. We're thinking that there's some kind of air vent that'll get me back to this rune. And I'm assuming that if I just try the rune once and then leave, if it turns out to be a little bit too difficult for me, I can do it from the main menu later. Otherwise, it's going to be kind of rather annoying to have to deal with all of these enemies. Well, it would be really annoying to have to go back to the levels, what I'm trying to say. I'm getting confused. That was a large amount of demons and zombies, and let's face it, half of these are zombies, and more than they are actually demons. I guess they fall in line with the idea of being possessed humans. We're still in what feels like a rather long time now. It feels very much like it's been an hour and a half already just to get to this point. My assault rifle does enough damage now that even that doesn't actually offer any real challenge. The enemies are getting easier and easier to deal with. And if I want to get very precise and very cautious, I can do one headshot kill. And that was the fight. So let's go. So I'm thinking that somewhere up here there must be some way to get up, but I don't see particularly how, because it would basically have to be a double jump on top of that, and then rather quickly from the double jump on top of that to, yeah, I don't think that's gonna work. Yeah, that would just ask for a lot of movement really fast. I don't think that's gonna happen. I guess I could just double jump out here. That's it. I have to do that. The wall just ends. Okay. This level, very vertical, very linear. So let's hop in here. Last recording I really hadn't warmed up, and now it's been several hours and I've slept since this point, so I'm probably still not leveled up. It says, armed with combat shotgun, eliminate 10 unwilling with explosive barrel damage before the timer expires. So I'm assuming that I just need to find the barrels and shoot them. Okay, we're in the round arena place, so it doesn't seem to me like I could probably do this until I've gotten some more, like, these things seem to explode and do enough damage that they're hurting me also. So, like, maybe if I could get a bunch of them here to run towards me. Oh no, like one hit kills me. So yeah, I'm just hoping that these rune trials are accessible through the main menu. Otherwise, you would have to run back through each level, and I'm not at a point where I think we should do that, because I don't feel like I have whatever the no clipping thing is that we need, which is my general guess of what's going on here. Is we need some kind of no clipping, phasing through walls ability. I could jump down there, but I've been down there. That direction is a door that's not open. So I guess the trick is to run up this and then jump up there. So they really didn't want you to miss the rune trial. I imagine we'll eventually get to a point where that is no longer the case, and we will start running into places where we can miss rune trials. Seems like there's a power up, and we could try to do quad damage. Well, so we now have mega health, 200 health. Okay, as a power up. Does that stop working? I don't think it does. I think you just have it as a power up, and then when your health goes back down to below 100, it probably can't go any higher. Let's see, we have weapons upgrades, but I think we're just saving for that. You still have to be kind of careful, because I think this would probably try to push you into a wall. I needed quad damage, is what I needed. It doesn't look like there's anything else around here. Is there something up here? Yeah. So up to this, and then up to this. Like, not a lot of shooting going on, and instead just platforming, which is not really what I think of when I think of Doom 1 or 2, honestly. Platforming strikes me more as, yes, there were some places where we did some jumps, but if you saw my spotlight for Doom 2 in particular, just trying to get that to work with mouse and keyboard so that I could make a tiny little jump across a small, less than a meter gap was incredibly difficult. Although, again, I have to say that since Doom 1 and 2 made me motion sick in less than 30 minutes, I'm not sure I have or ever will actually see the majority of its content. Yeah, we're just moving up higher and higher, and I wouldn't be super surprised if the map expanded even more and there's another level. There's a lot of design going on here.
Me from claiming what I am owed, what I was promised.
See, and I almost assume that Olivia Pierce is being set up as the bad guy when it really is Hayward that changes that. Alright. So now we have a hologram. Let's see. This ancient piece of tech is effective today as it was when it was first invented. Alright, do I have the hologram enabled? Let's just throw one and see what it does. Okay. He doesn't seem like he does anything. And I have full ammo, so I can't pick that up. So I think we'd still stick with the standard just frag grenade, and here's UAC, and that maybe a little bit more description of what UAC is would be nice. I don't know with the body that we have seen of Olivia Pierce if we would unless she turns into a demon, I kind of don't see how a fight against her would be particularly interesting. Alright. We're just shooting brakes, which is certainly something that's new. More targeted shots. Compared to just having your gun on a horizontal plane and the left and right being the only way you could turn.
Welcome to the UAC, opening the gates of hell with the key to the future.
I have like max armor. I have like max guns. And yeah, except for this one power up and this power up, that's pretty much it. And there obviously are 3 secrets somewhere. Nothing here to click. Nothing over here to click. Seems like we're just going to open the door and either be shot into hell where the rest of this game is going to take place, or most of the rest of this game is going to take place, or we're going to fight a big boss, and this might be our first big boss of potentially only 3 or 4 big bosses. Now we want to look here and see if this is a cutscene where loading could be happening in the background. Alright, let's go ahead and hit that quickly.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, so I'm supposed to kill this with headshots of this, and that's not gonna work by itself. This is probably just a lot of fighting. Like, these guys are not doing anything to me at all. They're either missing me a lot, or I'm just regaining armor, or this was all just for show. And yeah, it looks like it was all just for show. I have to say, yeah. That felt very much like it was just going to be a infinite spawning collection of enemies. We got our combat ratio up. We missed 3 secrets. Whatever the secondary exploration icon is. Well, when we're shown this, I guess in this menu there is no bar under exploration, but when we get into the game menu there is kind of a bar, and I'm wondering if that might be an indicator of total exploration of the entire game, although that would be very useful information. So loading probably could have been done during that cutscene, even though there was a fight afterwards. It wouldn't have been too hard to progressively unload every other bit of that very vertical, very large map that wasn't very good at all. We now have a whole nother image being shown to us on the map of basically hell. And I guess from the icon in the top left, that's just saying there are 6 regions of hell, with one central region being in the middle, and then who knows what the symbols on the right mean. So that could give us 6 more levels on top of the, it feels like 3 we've done so far. 3, maybe 4, which would feel about right if this is an 11-hour game and it's taking over an hour to do that. Although you run into a complaint, I would say, immediately here, which is all of the textures, all of the Mars science textures and facility textures are probably going to feel like a lot of extra work was put into them for how little you see them. Unless there are ways that we get back to the Mars facility and a human world, we're going to be looking at these bone textures. So you basically, just on the face of it so far, it feels like you've had your artist do twice the amount of work for what was already a pretty short game, because you've sapped resources away to have SnapMap be a feature that really in no way needed to exist, and have I'm assuming I just can't climb up there, there's probably invisible walls. And you've taken resources away to have multiplayer as a feature when it frankly didn't need to resist at all. You could have just as easily started here and then played your entire game in hell.
He is here.
Now we're gonna have a new voice talking to us, so like, if the previous voices didn't sound demonic enough, they do now. This is a callback from the previous game, skulls in walls as switches to open doorways. Of course, what's the difference between me being teleported as teleported dimensionally to hell and me just dying and potentially ending up in hell? I wouldn't put it past Doom Guy. I guess that would be weird though, if Doom in particular introduced like a heaven element and Doom Guy somehow ended up there. Something changed on my cursor. Something was red, indicating that there's an enemy over here. But that's not the case. The bullets, I suppose, are coming in through portals. I still need bullets.
We'll set up a portal device at the tomb. Use the light poles to mark our path.
Alright. So we're seeing that a group of people did come in this direction and did steal some kind of technology or research. I mean, they were stealing energy at the very least. Alright, let's do our basic thing before we get too far. Alright. Again, unless there's some kind of trick to this, I don't have a way of opening doors. And I've yet to see a way that would open doors. If there's like one skull somewhere, or any kind of place you're supposed to stand, and or like I don't hear any sound effect, and so my full scanning sound effect that would have pinged. So there's got to be some kind of phasing through doors or no clipping mode. We're gonna jump down and we're gonna take on the next group of people. I assume there still will be auto maps for levels, and it seems like even with your maximum upgrade you still do have a quite large amount of this map that's not shown. This is a more horizontal level, but still feeling very much focused more like a multiplayer map than a regular map. Alright. I'm still saving up for rapid charging here. I'm still, let's see. This one was kill 5 mancubi with a charge blast, which is gonna be hard. I don't know what else I'm actually saving up for though. What were the challenges? Earn 4. What are those? Praetor tokens. Okay, that's all the elite guards. We've been doing pretty good about that. Kill 10 demons while using power-ups, and perform 4 leg sweep glory kills on Hellraisers. Attack right leg. So you have to attack their right leg or the leg on the right. I guess we'll just find out. Probably should be a little careful. This gets them riled up, but it's not successfully killing them. I don't know if that's because perhaps I'm too far, or perhaps I'm just a bad shot. There's some toxic waste, which I'm sure I should avoid. Looks like there is a rune trial over there. Seems like if I walk over here, it's not too much to miss. Apparently I'm at the max armor, which is weird because my max armor right now says it's at 200 or 118. And it was at 200, so maybe I had over armored myself somehow. Here we have a new gun. What is this? We have a gauze cannon. It seems powerful. And nice of them to give us something to look at there. We only have one more gun, and it's gotta be the BFG. So, I guess the only surprises that are potentially even sort of left would be the idea of the upgrades. This world seems to be floating in a void, which is very convenient for video game. I'm hearing a demon, I think. It's funny, I've already gotten the headshots needed to completely upgrade this. So it feels like this is kind of an underused weapon. Like, I would have wanted it to work with me and improve. Well, that also still is at max. Interesting. Just got too much armor. There's something over there I can see, and supposedly something over here, but I don't see that. Like, must be on the lower level. Alright, this guy still takes too many hits. So let's go ahead with the plasma rifle and smack that. I can't help but still feel like I'm having a very different experience from what other people had. Quite frankly, it just doesn't. It doesn't seem to lock in that you would want this fast, high-paced action experience right now. It makes sense that eventually I'll have that, but I think, quite frankly, I might only have that experience at the very end of the game. And maybe this is just a fact of maybe it being not well designed for easy. That might be the case. Like, they didn't balance it well for easy gameplay. That would make some sense. But that's a shame, to say the least. Sometimes we get a shield pickup, and sometimes it's a full shirt armor pickup. This is a demon that I assume you have to do something to kill. I don't think I can get in the middle of this circle and somehow open that. I guess it does make a little bit of sense that demonic powers might be the next thing we unlock. I feel like I might be slightly floating forward. That's probably not the case, but I want to be careful nonetheless. I'm gonna see if I can take this guy out with a charge shot. Didn't think you could do that. That's one. I was not expecting him to be able to make it up here. Jeez, I guess rocket launcher. Shotgun and rocket launcher. Let's see. Shotgun, rocket launch. I'm so bad at switching these guns. Yeah, that's what I want. Can I do something to open this? What is behind here? Something, so. I wonder if maybe these are blocked behind. Maybe these are key cards. Maybe I need a yellow key card. Or maybe they're blocked behind the fact that I just haven't really been doing any of the rune challenges. It would be a little odd if the rune challenges centered around both a unlocking of an artifact and the unlocking of a door that would then allow you to collect more artifacts. I can't really say I'm a hyper fan of these types of this type of rock music. I think it probably is pretty accurate to what you would want to have play for a Doom game, so I can't complain about it, but I kind of do feel like if you gave me another option, or a less repetitive option, because it seems to be very dynamically driven, the music, and so my lack of ability to play well is causing it to feel like it's repeating a lot. And we've just got demons jumping all over the place. And I assume stepping on green fire is not a safe move. And you can still see that there's not a triple jump where I need one to be. His jump attack is pretty effective at avoiding damage. Checkpoint reached. No longer are we going to have Vega telling us that there's a significant amount of demons. And this is blue. And we have another one of these. Maybe those gates mean an exit, not an entrance. We're kind of just learning the game all over again. At the moment, it's just like, yeah, everything you've been learning for the past 3 levels don't really apply anymore because now you're in hell and everything looks different. It's not atypical in the game to have at least 2 different looking areas, so I kind of assume that we will be coming back at some point to the Earth side of things, or the Mars side of things. The human side of things as well, be more accurate. So yeah, it's a red skull. The red skull opens what? This gate. And now I have a yellow skill as a key card. Okay. And this is a blue skull. And I'm a little cautious here because it makes me wonder if we're going to end up doing a lot of this in all future levels. It's just, you have to find a certain color-coded skull, and then you have to jump back and use that skull, and enemies will just spawn. There's also something way up higher, but I don't... It's like a rune, but I don't know how I'd get up there. Yeah, it's up a lot higher than this. This door still locked. And yeah, it's still just higher. And the thing here is they can't really continuously throw new styles of enemies at us, they can only throw more enemies at us. So, yeah, still higher. It is definitely higher and in some way hidden. I don't know what kind of demon this is. It'd be interesting if this is the beginning of like an egg or morphing process where all the demons we've seen up to this point start evolving. Okay, the skull is a one-time use item, it seems. It is taking a lot of our inventory screen now. Like, even more of your screen space is now dedicated to showing what the keys are. I can get another Praetor upgrade. And this is going to be some kind of cutscene or something. Some kind of religious hallucinogenic thing, I would assume, and I'm not actually going to get attacked. That they have it labeled as a data log. And where are we now? We can't upgrade this gun until we have something. Let's see, faster recovery on the rocket launcher might be the right move. Or we could penetrate through targets when zoomed or move faster. I think the assault gun probably is the right improvement, because I'm gonna have to use that more. Yeah. So, uranium coating, when bullets are fired, when zoomed, they'll go through an enemy. That will probably not be used very often, but it's probably the right way to go. And then pause now if you want to look at the gauze gun. It's, I'm sure, a magnetic levitation style gun that does a lot of damage but takes forever to zoom in. I can't go any further in this direction, but when you look at the map, there is a little bit of gray, so I don't know how you get to that to paint that blue, if that's something that matters. I assume it doesn't.
In the first age, in the first battle, when the shadows first lengthened, one stood, burned by the embers of Armageddon, his soul blistered by the fires of hell, and tainted beyond ascension. He chose the path of perpetual torment. In his ravenous hatred, he found no peace, and with boiling blood, he scoured the umbral plains, seeking vengeance against the Dark Lords who had wronged him. He wore the crown of the Night Sentinels, and those that tasted the bite of his sword named him the Doom Slayer.
So yeah, that's Doom Guy. That's me. And they're just talking about, I guess, what is canon and making it actually feel like canon from Doom 1 and Doom 2. For the most part, I imagine you won't hear anything about the final Doom levels of evolution or the Plutonia experiment or any of the other master levels for Doom 2. So yeah, we're the Doom Slayer. We're evil according to the demons, which shouldn't be taken too seriously, I would say. And yeah, they've come to worship me kind of as a god of chaos, I imagine. Which this is something I said that I think in the first episode, even, is that they came to fear me as the Doomslayer. And so we'll get several of these Slayer testaments. Again, it feels like you could have just as easily started the game here as you could have at any other point. Anyways, it's been going 40 minutes. We've been playing for 40 minutes. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me even further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.